$30 million a year that was going into teaching te reo to mainstream teachers, the evidence that I was presented with and I've read shows that there were no tangible outcomes in raising achievement or closing the equity gap. I have got my eye on that. I want to close the equity gap and raise achievement of Māori students. And the way to do that...
You must know better than that. You must know that when you have mainstream teachers that can understand and represent and reflect tamariki Māori in mainstream schools, it's going to be beneficial. I read the report early this morning, the Independent Te Ahu Te Reo. There are so many great outcomes in there. One of them is, this is one that I just read, that the active teachers who participated, 83% of them in the survey reported that Te Ahu o Te Reo Māori had enhanced their professional practice in the schools.
They liked the free thing that they got. Yeah, look, I get that. But actually, where are the results?
What do you mean free? What do you mean free? It's Te Reo Māori. No. It's an official language of this country. Why shouldn't we be teaching them this?
What I'm saying is that what you read this morning is all very well and nice, but what does it mean for student outcomes? It's not evidence of student outcomes. Where did it say in that document that you read? Because it hasn't had an
opportunity to be
it's been going for a number of years.
And this is
I need outcomes for Māori students.
So what about when Rawiri Wright tells you that what's important for Māori tamariki in mainstream schools, because he's worked in both and he's an expert in both, is identity, te reo and tikanga and whanaungatanga and all those kinds of things. You can't just have a curriculum and some resources. It's not working. It hasn't worked for 200 years.
Clip number one, Chewie. The idea of the Minister of Education going, duh, yeah, so they enjoyed the thing they got for free. When, to be clear, what she was talking about was the teachers teaching your kids, your brothers and sisters, your grandchildren, being trained in te reo Māori. And we're going to go on to it with the next clip, this idea of outcomes. And I'm not the kind of person that uses this sort of word, Chewie. Sometimes it feels a bit fluffy and thing, but the outcomes they are talking about are the outcomes of a colonizing race. And we get to that in the next clip, where the only outcomes they can see or grab onto are tangible ones. And I don't know about you at school, Chewie, but I remember at school some of the best outcomes, the best successes I had were maybe not as tangible as a mark in a ledger, but it was to do with learning and growing. And, you know, it wasn't always the reading, writing and arithmetic. But this government seems to be heavily focused on that and seems to think it is the answer to everything, even though Kura Kaupapa Māori and other areas are saying, actually, this outperforms it and there's a lot more to this system than you guys are wanting to implement. Yeah, it's yours, sir.
I like how Erica has gone from saying some very nice sounding platitudes at the start of the interview to absolutely getting dog walked into a trap. And then you see her personality come out with that comment of like, oh yes, they like the free thing that they got. What a bitchy comment.
Yeah, totally. Real mean girls.
Like, would you say that about any other form of professional development that's provided for teachers?
Yeah.
Like it's bizarre. So yeah, it's funny when the mask slips. That's all I'm saying.